Dear students, before we start exercise 11b, it's very important that you must learn these properties of quadrilaterals. So these properties are given on page 270 on your textbooks D1, and you must go through with all these properties before you attempt exercise 11b. So once you have done with that, then you can attempt this exercise 11b. Now let's discuss a couple of questions from 11b. You can see here in question number 1 of this 11b, this is part A. Let's discuss that. You can see a rectangle is given here and its vertices are A, B, C and D. You can also see the diagonal of this rectangle, and you can also see that these angles are labeled as A, and this part of the angle is 54 and this angle is given as B, which we have to calculate. Now if we apply the angle properties of rectangle, and for this I earlier told you that you have to go to page 270 of the book to learn these properties. Now as we know that all the four angles in a rectangle are 90 degrees, so this means this is 90 degree, this whole angle is 90 degree, this is also 90 degree, and this must also be 90 degree. So if you look at this angle, this is 54. In order to calculate angle A, what we will do, we will subtract this 54 degree from 90 degree, and this is how we will get this angle A. So if you look at here, I have solved this here. Angle A is equal to 90 minus 54, as I have applied the property, angle property in the rectangle. So if we subtract 54 from 90, we will get 36 degrees. So we have calculated this angle A. Now if we look at the diagram once again here, you can consider this diagonal as a transversal, because this is a pair of parallel line, and this line or this diagonal is intersecting this pair of parallel lines. So according to the concept, we know that the pair of alternate angles are equal. So if you look at the diagram, this angle A, which is on one side of the transversal, and this is angle B, which is on the other side of the transversal, and as this transversal is intersecting this pair of parallel lines, so these angles must be same, because this is a pair of alternate angles. So as angle A is 36 degrees, so angle B must also be 36 degrees. So I have written here B is equal to 36 degrees, and I also have given here the logical reason for that, and that is because of alternate angles. Now if we discuss this B part here, once again we got a rectangle here A, B, C and D, and in this case we have been given with few angles, and few angles we have to calculate, like we have to calculate this the size of this angle D and this angle C. Now if we first of all consider this part of the diagram, as it is the rectangle, and this size of this angle is 39 degree. So in order to calculate this part or this size of the angle, we know that as the whole is going to be 90 degree. So in order to get this, I will subtract 39 degree from 90 degree, and I will get this as 51 degree here. Now as you see that this CDE forms a triangle, so this is a triangle here, and we know that according to the angle property of a triangle, sum of interior angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So I'm going to construct an equation here. So I will write here A plus 78 plus 51 equal to 180 degree, and the reason, as I stated, sum of interior angles of triangle is equal to 180 degree. So you can solve this equation, and you know it very well. You will add these two numbers, these two angles, and you will shift it on the other side of the equation. This is how you will get your angle A. Now we have to calculate angle C, and now look at this triangle BCE. Once again here we know that as it is a rectangle, so this angle is 90 degree, and this angle is 39 degree. This we have to find out. Once again I have formed an equation here according to which, according to the rule that sum of interior angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So I have constructed this equation: C plus 39 plus 90 is equal to 180 degree. So once again I'm going to solve this equation. I will add these two angles, and then I will shift the sum of these two angles on the right hand side with a negative sign. So I will subtract the sum of these two angles from 180 degree. This is how I will get angle C. So this way we can calculate angle C and D by applying angle properties on rectangle.